Hi, I'm Harish Godeti and welcome back to my channel AWS for Small Business. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic which is really all technology challenges faced by small businesses and proven solutions. So the solutions are something I believe will solve the technology challenges that I'm going to share here today. But it's up to you whether you agree or whether you want to go ahead and give it a try or not. So let's dive into this topic. So the challenge with small businesses is small business owners are constantly trying to generate new sales and also deliver better customer experience. So what they do is they go ahead and start leveraging technology. They buy invest in different technology options, and what happens is even before they knew it, within few months they face a different set of challenges that are related to technology. And today we are going to talk about those specific challenges and how it is possible to solve them. So let's dive right in. The first challenge is really the budget, limited budget. Small businesses typically have constrained budgets, so make it challenging to invest in latest technology solutions and hardware. So how do we overcome it? The answer is cloud computing. So cloud computing is a great equalizer and allows businesses of any size to compete with each other and also to enjoy the benefits of the latest technology available out there cost effectively. So with AWS, you no longer make a huge technology investment, but can start with even no money down and scale as you grow your technology infrastructure. So I mean, to learn more about the pricing options, I'll share all the links at the end and also in the description section, so you can go ahead and learn about all these different links that I share in this presentation. So that's that uh, embracing cloud, adopting cloud is the solution when you are running a business with limited budget. So let's look at the next one. Security. So security is, protective customer sensitive customer data and business information can be complex because you don't have the cybersecurity resources or the skill set within the business, right, within your company. So how do we overcome that? So with AWS, the thing is, all services that can store the data in AWS are support encryption and best in class encryption. There are thousands of companies across the world, largest companies that trust AWS with their data, and you can now store and secure data with a fraction of cost of what you would spend on your own hardware if you think about it. So I'm going to share a link with all the security products that can really help you understand how secure it is to run your business on AWS. So the next thing is data management. Data is growing significantly in every business, and it is the biggest asset for your business, right? But the problem is small business struggle with data storage, backup management, leading to potential data loss and inefficiency, right? So how do we do that? So AWS storage services are the best option for you for ever growing data management needs, because you start with pay as you grow model where you don't have to spend any money now, but as you grow you can, I mean, it'll increase. But what you'll also find is there are so many storage options that can help you reduce costs. For example, if you need storage only for the archive purpose, then you can use the Glacier archive, Glacier storage tier, where you can get to store the archival data, I mean, absolutely cheap, right? So that is, there are different storage options, different storage encryption standards for different storage services that you can use as well. So that's really about data management. You have an option with AWS data storage services. Next thing, scalability. So the challenge with for small business, they don't know when things will spike, right? So when they want to grow and their infrastructure is not really helping them, right? They require is at the end of, the, for example, if you have a server with X amount of capacity and you're at full capacity, you can't scale it anymore longer, and you have to make another huge investment. With AWS, almost all the services provide unlimited scalability, and you pay only for what you use. Right? You don't have to buy a $200,000 server where you are going to that will reach its capacity maybe in the next 5 years. Now you just need to start using the storage options available on AWS for as little as $10 for the what you are storing, right? So many services on AWS offer auto scaling features, and that can be automated. So why to automate these auto scaling features is because you don't want someone to continuously operate your AWS, provide AWS services, right? If you want a consultant to come in, engage, and set it up for you and then leave, automation is the right way to go. So everything will be automated and you don't need any more continuous implementation support for it. So that's about the scalability aspect. Outdated systems using obsolete software or hardware can result in compatibility issues, security vulnerabilities, and reduced efficiency. This is another big thing for small businesses. The If you don't have an in-house team, which most small business don't do, if you don't have an in-house software development team to modernize your applications, the best alternative that you have is an AWS marketplace. So on AWS marketplace you will find a wide range of software solutions that are suitable for businesses of all sizes. Once you check out on the marketplace, you will know, like, there's so many things that are available with the pay as you go pricing model that can really help you get rid of your outdated systems. Lack of IT expertise. So small businesses often have maybe one or two IT people who take care of everything else. They may not be the best people to. Uh, they may be very good at solving problems and setting up your IT stuff, but they may not be the cloud expert. They may not be have the enough cloud AWS experience that you are looking for, right? So what is it? Finding and hiring qualified AWS engineers and architects is a challenge, and it's not a cost-effective way for a small business. So instead, opt for a managed services contract with an AWS expert like our partners like me, and then they will provide you support for the rest of the time, right? As long as you have the contract. So I and my team provide post implementation support to all our clients at a surprisingly low cost. If you are interested on getting started with a managed services contract to reduce your IT support costs, then that's the lack of expertise challenge and how you solve it. Now let's talk about cybersecurity threats. So small businesses are increasingly targeted by cyber attacks, and they may not have resources for robust cybersecurity measures like email phishing, and there are a lot of other things that are happening with small businesses with cybersecurity attacks. So with AWS security, which is like, there's so many security features, security services that can monitor, encrypt, and prevent any kind of external threats. So also, there is, if you are a vendor of an US government agency, you have an you're entirely eligible to build your entire AWS infrastructure on something called GovCloud, which is an independent segment of AWS and it does not share anything with the normal AWS infrastructure. So that's really how you can mitigate the cybersecurity threats. Compliance requirements. So meeting industry specific regulatory and compliance standards can be challenging without a dedicated compliance staff. So hear me out. Whether AWS over the years has gone through so many compliance programs and achievements that you can read on their programs page. So no matter what kind of certification you need to have for your business, if you run your workloads on AWS, you'll automatically have it because AWS has that already have that certification for the infrastructure. So you'll automatically inherit it and then you're good to go. So remote work challenge. So COVID has shifted the complete workplace, right? So most Most employees prefer to work 3 days a week or 2 days a week in the office and rest of the time from home. So it's not just remote work is not just accessing applications, and from a different machine. It's really about empowering your employees to the same levels of productivity, if not more, when they're working remotely. So that is your goal. It's not really just to go ahead and access some apps from home. So AWS Digital Workspaces family of products and business applications, can provide you with everything you need, like virtual machine storage, collaboration tools, much more to manage remote teams cost effectively. Now let's talk about data backup and recovery. So reliable data backup and recovery plans is a complex process and often overlooked by small business because they don't have enough time, resources to do it. So here's the thing: there's so many backup options available in the market today, right? But very few can match the scalability, the pricing, and the integration capabilities of AWS backup and AWS Elastic Disaster Recovery Service. So AWS Backup and Elastic Data Recovery Service, they are not only just to back up your cloud workloads, but can also back up the back up from on-premise servers and storage. That's the real benefit of the AWS Backup and DRS. Software licensing and updates. So, managing software licensing and keeping applications up to date can be a hassle, especially for small teams. So, if you run workloads on the cloud using AWS, then licensing cost is already included in the pay as you go model. But AWS also provides a bring your own license model for several services like Windows, SQL, Oracle, etc. So, that that particular aspect is very important because if you have a license from a vendor for the next 3 years, you can just use the same license on AWS. Also the thing is about patching and updating. If you don't have it and if you bring your own license, you may be worried about how do I patch the system, how do I update the system regularly. Well, there is something called AWS Systems Manager, which allows you to go ahead and set up yeah, all of those uh, rules with updates, and then it can automate it and get it to run whenever you need. So that's a really huge benefit from AWS Systems Manager. Again, I'll share the links in the description section for you to review. So finally, it's e-commerce and online presence. So small businesses, it's vital to be online presence online, and including e-commerce channels. But it's actually a challenge because they don't have the kind of they don't know what how to start. So one good thing with AWS is they have something called Amazon Light Sale, which is a ready to use, easy to use cloud resources offering to get your website and web applications up and running with few clicks. So, with what happens is with the Light Sale, you get a pre-configured machine on depending on how you want to, which what kind of machine you want, and then all you do is deploy these applications on it and get it going. So it's very simple to set up Amazon Light Sale. So next thing is integration. So integrating various softwares and technologies can be complex, particularly if you don't have IT specialists. So how do we end up in this situation? So what happens is most small businesses adopt technology in pieces as they grow. So this results in several applications that do not talk by default and require integration to achieve specific business objectives. So AWS offers a lot of integration capabilities, application integration services like step functions. Then you have lambda functions. There's so many ways you can integrate, with other applications. So it offers amazing event bridge. There's so many services that are in the application integration space for with AWS. Next thing is employee training. So ensuring all the employees are trained to use technology is critical, right? And unfortunately, it's time consuming. So employee training can be very expensive, especially if you opt for in-house class training, right? So what AWS knows knows this limitation. So what they did is they published something called AWS Skill Builder. It's a completely online learning center for with over 600 plus courses. So your team members can now join it and go ahead and use it at their own pace to to build their skills. Finally, customer expectations. So meeting customer expectations is is very difficult nowadays. So customers are more demanding than ever before, because they know that when you leverage technology, it should you should be able to deliver better experience, right? So Amazon is famous for its customer obsession, and over 90% of the features or any service are developed by listening to its customer. So, how do Amazon deliver consistent experience, customer experience? Well, it's with their software called Amazon Connect. So, what Amazon Connect is, it's an omni-channel cloud contact center that Amazon also uses to serve all its customers, um, you know, worldwide, right? So that's what they use. And now, as a small business owner, you can avail the same benefit. You can leverage the same technology to grow your to deliver better customer experience for yourself without at a fraction of the cost, right? So that is Amazon Connect is the right way to build your customer center or the contact center. So that leaves us with a conclusion on, as I shared so many challenges with you today that small businesses encounter, and what we also found is there is an immediate solution available with AWS for that specific problem. So that is really important, and these are some of the links I shared in the presentation, which I'll share in the description section. But really, it is AWS is the whole package. You don't need to go out and have some other thing working on somewhere else and use AWS for somewhere else. It is the whole thing, and and also gives you the ability to succeed with the AWS Skill Builder and other programs. So I hope this video is useful for you to understand how AWS can solve small business technology challenges. And I'm here to say that I'll be very happy to help you with any of your challenges that you may have. So please do reach out to me either in the comment section or send me an email, and then we can go ahead and start working together. Thank you so much. Go ahead, like the channel, subscribe to it so that you can learn a lot more about AWS for small businesses. Thank you.